How are you doing tonight, Gemini? Well, where I am, it's tonight. Maybe by the time you watch this, Gemini, it could be tonight too, where you are. Maybe it could be good morning. Maybe it could be good afternoon. Maybe it could be irrelevant what time it is for you when you watch this. Anyway, Gemini, I hope you're doing well. I hope you're enjoying this year so far. I hope you're enjoying how April is coming out. We have a pink moon coming up, Gemini. Shame that the moon won't actually be pink. But you know, Gemini, where I am, spring is coming. I'll take some videos of it, but the magnolias are starting to bloom. Oh, they're really pretty, Gemini. They are almost this gnarled gray brown, very naughty type of branches. They're stark, no leaves at all, except all they have are a crown of buds that are just turning pink, and the buds literally are like the size or the length of my hand. They seem that way. They seem like almost candles or something like that. They are very much crowning the bare brown branches of those trees. It's gorgeous. And in fact, the little azaleas, I think it's like, are they the hyacinths? I think they're azaleas. No, they're not azaleas. Are they the hyacinths? No, I'm not sure. What are those little yellow flowers called? They're not hydrangea. I can't believe I forgot it. Were they azaleas? I have a brain fog moment. Oh, Gemini, that's unfair. Well, anyway, those little yellow flowers that also herald spring, and they're on all those bushes that in a few weeks they'll just turn into green, bushy bushes. Well, right now, the yellow flowers are appearing on those bushes as well. And they're also completely devoid of any green, Gemini. And they just have these bright flicks of yellow. Literally, like, almost like that. Like little thin, petal-thin buds, but they're bright yellow and they're all upright. It's almost humbling to go and see the flower buds on their respective branches without any green. Such a stark contrast of color between the brightness of the flower and the dullness, the mutedness, the understatedness of the brown. Anyway, Gemini, let's get into your reading. Gemini, if you appreciate this reading, do give me a thumbs up. And Gemini, if you appreciate the time in putting this video together, consider, Gemini, donating either through Cash App or Buy Me a Coffee. My channel isn't monetized, and I do appreciate your support. All right, Gemini, let's get an April reading for you. Oh, and thank you for the like. All right. Let's see, April for Gemini. Oh, if I didn't say so, Gemini, anyone with strong Gemini energy. Sun, moon, rising, first house, signature sun. Let's get it, Gemini. I have the sun for you, Gemini. Bottom of the deck energy, Knight of Wands, Gemini. Gemini, Now's the time to have a lot of courage, Gemini. Now's the time to go forth boldly, Gemini. Now's the time to state very clearly what you want, Gemini. If something doesn't match what you desire, Gemini, what you feel like you deserve, Gemini, now is the time not to go and think, oh, well, maybe I'll talk about this a little bit later or something. No, now. All this energy is now. Now. That's what my cat says in the back. Yeah. You, Gemini, you have movement with you, Gemini. You can go and create some pretty dynamic waves, Gemini. Take advantage of this, Gemini. Hello, Sophia. Hello. Nice to see you, Sophia. Thank you for the hearts. So the sun. The sun. I have Queen of Swords, Gemini. I have Eight of Wands. Wow, you have like dynamic, forward energy, Gemini. You have action, Gemini. Looks like the action. Well, according to this energy, it's like now is the time for things to naturally bloom. But what I get with this Nine of Wands here is kind of like you've been anticipating it for a while. This could have happened a while ago, Gemini. The blessing, I have a blessing here. But I do get with this blessing, you need to ask for it. You need to be forward with it. Also, too, Gemini, if you're quiet or if something doesn't, again, match your standards of what you want, if you keep quiet and think, oh, well, I'll ask for it later, or maybe my actions will speak for what I want, or blah, blah. No, Gemini, you have to be forward with it. I have a blessing here, but you have to assert yourself to get it. And you will get it. You will get it fast, Gemini. You will get what you want, Gemini, fast. Queen of Swords, Eight of Wands, and Death. I love Death, Gemini, Death and Tower. You know why? Because it's promised change. Like change you can count on. All the other cards, Gemini, they all have this energy of like, it could happen, it could not happen, or maybe it would happen, but not like, as you want it, or maybe, I don't know, some cards are a little bit more than others, but at least with the Tower and Death, the situation that you're in, Gemini, is changing. You have a promised change here. And that is beautiful and fast. Gemini, let's go and just jump right into it and clarify. What do I have here for you, Gemini? Gemini, let's check out Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands, I have Four of Pentacles and the World and the Empress. So basically, Gemini, clarity is very important for you to express yourself as clearly as possible. Think for a moment, Gemini, and speak your truth. Necessary for you to speak your truth, necessary for you to be as clear as possible with it, Gemini. Also, to focus on one thing at a time. Four of Pentacles, the World, and the Empress under Eight of Wands. It's like everything that you have on your list, Gemini, you can achieve, but you must go about it systematically, powerfully. Go after one thing wholeheartedly, like a racehorse. Go after the second thing once the first thing is done. Dina, tackle things in that manner rather than you have five things that you're working on all simultaneously. Just go after it one by one, but go after it wholeheartedly, almost single-mindedly. Hello, girl. How are you? Greetings. So, death. Death, I have Hermit. I have Page of Pentacles. And I have Devil. You have a lot of earthiness in here, Gemini. You do. You have a lot of earthiness. Even more so, as I said, you need to assert yourself, and you also need to go about things systematically. Don't jump ahead, even maybe if other people have you jump ahead. It's important for you to be single-minded and very systematic. Be as clear as possible. It's almost like in this energy, as clear as possible, Gemini. You don't have to go and play the role of the diplomat. You don't have to be diplomatic. You can be, I would say be charismatic, but you don't have to be diplomatic. You need to go and drive your points hard with logic. It's very, very forceful energy here. It's also too, Gemini, in this energy. If you think that you can please, it's like you forget about pleasing everyone. It's almost in this energy too, like forget about pleasing a few. You only need to go and really appeal to like that one person, that one opportunity. Like you don't need to go and care what, do I use the word rabble? You don't have to care what the audience so much, or even your peers are. You need to have that sort of attitude. There's only, it's lonely at the top type of energy, but it's because you are creating change. People got comfortable with you, Gemini, in a certain role at a certain level. And when you shift that up, Gemini, when you rise up, Gemini, you're changing those dynamics of how people see you, how they felt comfortable with you in your current or prior situation. So it's also the energy that's here. Some people can't handle it when people change outside of their prescribed roles. What other people put on them as prescribed roles. That's the kind of energy that's here. It's like, well, forget about your expectations or your perceptions of me. That's all they are. You can't worry about what almost how you'll be regarded as you push forward. I also see in this energy, well, could be, as I said, there's a little bit of isolation here. Like maybe some passive-aggressive type of not nice words or behavior or things that you can hear just out of earshot or come around to you. But, all that is just noise, and it's irrelevant. It's unimportant. For you, the most important thing is for you to go and gain the next step, Gemini. That's what I have for you. I am good, girl. Well, things are crazy where I am. I don't know why they keep on getting crazier and crazier, but I guess it's because just it's like business itself is crazier and crazier. Like even today, what was it? China said that they're going to put something like an 80% tariff tax on us, and then Trump said he's going to put extra tariffs on China because he doesn't like China's attitude, and he raised up all the tariffs, but then he lowered it last minute after the stock market went crazy. And I mean, all the businesses are just seems like they're going crazy likewise. But yeah, everything is like so fluctuating where I am, but I'm happy it's spring. I know, it's so nuts. And it's odd because I was talking this this client of mine who I haven't dealt with in months. He's like this 86-year-old guy. He lives in this area. First of all, I was talking to this other older woman, and she was telling me, oh, well, in that area, those people like to bicker. And then the next day, I mean, I haven't spoken to this guy for like 3 months or 4 months. He contacts me out of the blue, and he contacts me to bicker. And I just kind of, pretty much ignored it, but I was just there sending off like, responding a little bit to his thing and basically saying like, hey, I'm just, I'm available for work, but other than that, like, I'm busy. And like, if you want to go and work on some projects, that's one thing, but otherwise, I hope you're doing well, but that's, I'm busy. And he contacted me to tell me basically that he had cancer. Create this whole big drama or something, because I guess he just found out that he had a cancer diagnosis. Yeah, he's not the best person, I would say, this particular guy. He says a lot of problematic things that I didn't really like, which is why I kind of cut down on the business with him. He oversteps a lot of his boundaries, and like two of his wives have had dementia, and he still, I think he kind of has like something too. He kind of thinks that he's like still in his 20s when he's, as I said, 86. And one of his kids like committed suicide, and another kid died of cancer. The third kid has like issues. I mean, his like whole family scene is like a mess, and he says very inappropriate things, which I didn't appreciate. But it's like a shame that, yeah. He kept on like trying to turn the subject when I was working with him to like very inappropriate things. He cursed a lot. He tried to go make sexual innuendos, and it was just like, and he almost has a look like those monkeys, or what do they call them? The cotton, something like the cottontail marsupials or something. Those not the I forget how they're called, like the squirrel monkeys with the little ear turfs or something like that. Like he looks kind of like that. And he's there going around trying to say like he's, I don't know, he's just nuts. So I was just there like, you're argumentative, you're nuts, you're more trouble than you're worth. And I just kind of cut him down as a client. But yeah, he basically called and tried to start a fight with me over nothing too. It was like the stupidest thing. And all that he wanted to go and say was that tell me that he had cancer. And I guess he just wanted to go and talk to people about it and share the news, but he just did it in such a low vibrational way. And when I was there saying, well, if you want to go and talk about work, I can consider it, but otherwise forget it. And then he was there saying, oh, well, I don't have any work right now, blah, blah, blah. And then I was like, okay, well, bye, I'm busy. And then he just basically went off, and then part of that whole rant, he was like saying that he had cancer. Oh, he is. He really, and he's like kind of creepy. Like one of the last questions that he asked me when I like the last straw for me dealing with him was he was trying to go and say something like, was I going to wear nighties that night? And I was like, what? And this is doing marketing for him. He just said that out of the blue. It was so creepy. And I said, oh my God, like of all the other gross things that you said, Like, am I going to wear nighties tonight? Isn't it? Isn't it? Oh, it's like, I was just there like, I don't even need like, I just cut him out. I said, oh, that's it. That's it. I didn't speak to him since February, end of February, beginning of February, something like that. I know. So like then when he contacted me, he's actually been like texting me a little bit here and there, but I ignored him, and then he continued to text me. So I just got back to him because he was talking about, getting additional work, and I said, well, let me go and see what it is. And but essentially, all he just wanted to do was bicker. He's from the area that this other woman was saying, oh, in that area they just bicker, and he just basically wanted to go and share a diagnosis that I guess he's going around with, like, the why is me. But rather than even saying, like, you could have said, hey, I found out that I was being diagnosed, like, this guy diagnosis for cancer, and I'm really upset. I would like to talk to someone. I know. Isn't he nasty? He's very nasty, very creepy. He's like the type of people that, like, I've had a couple clients that do like out of nowhere, and it just is creepy. Like, I had one guy last year, and he offered before we started work. He was like, oh, want to go to this coffee shop and I'll treat you to coffee. And I said, okay. And then he went and he bought me like a hot, that's what I wanted. I chose a hot chocolate. And then he began like dipping his spoon into my hot chocolate drink, even though he had his own. And I thought that was like creepy. And that was like, okay, that's it. I mean, there's like certain things that just these people do. Yeah, I wondered too. But he's like 86 years old. I know his first wife, she's classified as crazy. She goes in and out of the asylum, and his second wife has dementia. But I actually think he has dementia too, which is also another thing why I dealt with him for maybe about 3 weeks to just under a month. It wasn't that long. And I met with him maybe like 2 weeks steady for the work. And I was just realizing like he was like really, really off. And they said the final statement that he put to me in February was like, are you going to wear nighties tonight? Oh, then he was like saying that just like as he was like leaving. He's like, oh, right as we were wrapping up the project. I mean, I wonder if he's telling the truth too, but I think that he's just insane and creepy. I forgot how we got on this subject, but oh yes, craziness, right? But that was like what greeted me this morning. It's like the things that people will say or do just to go and try and get a response. I know, so crazy. And it's funny because I was hearing from another source that this area, I know this place where a lot of people were harassed. And this woman moved into this place and her cat went missing like right away. And I thought that was odd too, because well, first of all, like in the area that's in, like, cats go missing, people like pry open the screen doors. Like you can tell that because it's forced from the outside. And whether they're like taking the cats or just like prying it open just as a prank, I don't know. But it's, I don't know, just creepy. Just hearing about like some other one she lost her cat. It's like all these people getting weird things happening to them. Of course, I think weird things are happening all the way around. But yeah, I should go and block that. I mean, it's just so off the wall. And so weird. I feel like I have a list of people that I want to go and block, but at the same point too, I mean, I doubt that I'll ever see or deal with them again, hopefully. Yes, I think I will block him. It's just so low vibrational too. I think I have this 9 of Wands there. Anyway, what have you been up to? Yeah, I need to block him. I'm trying to get new clients. But I don't know, everybody's just in transition right now between people scene and settling into just where this money is coming from. And then the prices of everything is insane too. Like I went into the supermarket today and I noticed that they had put already certain things up $1. And they're just boiling this situation up in general, our general economy. That's good. How old is your daughter? Ah, how sweet. How sweet. Very much is still a baby girl. Of course, we're always babies to our mothers. Oh, that's so sweet. That's so cute. So lovely. Yeah, I mean, the more that I think that was also another thing that I was learning as well from the clients that I had last year, and why I also cut them all off was because, or a good portion of them, was just because I think it was the gender roles that have been going on, and even though some people are there going, oh well, we can be progressive in this and that, they still can't go beyond like maybe the early training that they had learned to perceive women, for instance, in the 1950s, the 1960s, and 1970s. And then just falls upon us to like repeat like where our boundaries are and what we'll accept and what we won't accept. And I mean, for everybody too, it doesn't really matter what kind of roles, but when somebody crosses a line or lines, we definitely need to go and show that that's not acceptable for the generations that come after us. So that when your daughter goes into business, she doesn't have to go and deal with the same hassles that we're dealing with, and that our mothers dealt with, and that our grandmothers dealt with. and so forth. I'll be back in 1 second. Jonathan, thank you. Jonathan, thank you so much for the donation. Jonathan, if you're there, if you'd like, I'll be happy to pull some cards for you. If you'd like. But thank you so much for the donation. I very much appreciate it. Or, Jonathan, when you're ready, you can think of your question and come and grab me on a live. And I'll take a peek into whatever question you'd like. Well, Gemini, this is essentially the energy that I have for you. The Queen of Swords, I don't feel like I need to go and clarify. Queen of Swords is basically just taking control, directing what it is that you want and staying steadfast to it. Having confidence as well. Overall, very good energy here. Same here, girl. Have a good night. And again, thank you so much, Jonathan. I appreciate it. And Jonathan, go and catch me on a live if you like, the next one, or when you have a question. I really do appreciate all the support. I very much do. Thank you. Bye-bye.